Andy Boyle and I'm from Oxford, England, and this is my Civic Type R EK9. I've always been a massive fan of Japanese cars, and of course Hondas when you're 17 are by far the cheapest option to go for, and as well I just like them because they're different from what everyone else my age at the time was driving, like their Clios, Corsas, Novas, whatever. And then I just kind of fell in love with the Honda itself, the reliability, the performance, the drivability of it, and having Honda only 10 miles away from where I live obviously had its advantages, and kind of grew my love for Honda, seeing what they were producing, seeing what options were available to do to them. After my first Civic, I then got a coupe, which I then B16 swapped, then B18 swapped. Had that for 3 to 4 years. Then at the time I then changed, went for something that wasn't a Honda, but after that vehicle it had to go back to a Honda, and that's when I got this car. External modifications I've done to the car is the Mugen Type SS front lower splitter, shift sports hood. I've then got the J's wings as well. That was the new addition over the winter. Seeker rear spoiler and the Sargent rear diffuser. I've also got J's front and rear tow hooks on there as well. So I've got Volk C28s, and they are 16 by 7 ET42, and I've got those wrapped in Toyo R888R 195/50/16s. My brakes are Spoon twin block calipers. Then I've got them on StopTech discs and Project Mu pads. I've got Time coilovers, Buddy Club upper arms, and all my suspension arms are polybushed, and I've also got Spoon rigid collars in the subframe as well. Changed out the steering wheel, so I've got a Spoon Gen 3 I think it is, with the yellow and the blue horn button. It's got Bridezeta 3s, and I always wanted those seats, always wanted them, just thought never be able to afford them. But once again, this is it, because it's taken me a while. I just saved up, just put some money aside, and then bought them when they come up, and then waited for them to arrive from Japan. But it was an exciting moment. Car harnesses, of course, kind of iconic brands. Of course, got the Mugen strut brace front and rear. I've got the X brace, and the X brace is fitted inside my Mugen brace as well. So Honda, while they were doing the bay, they also stripped out the back. So they removed the part in the middle of the seats that hold the seats together. That's been removed. The bracket for the spare wheel well, so where the bolt goes through it, that's gone. They welded up all the holes for the ABS, because ABS is completely removed. Then of course they did the same work as they did at the bay, and then painted it, and it looks real fresh, real clean, and I really like actually how the back looks now. So for me, the next point of the vehicle was to change out the engine for even more performance power, and I already had a B18 in it from a 98 DC2, and it was obviously the K20 was the direction, that the next progression to go to. And I've always seen the Spoon EK9. I'll be honest, that was kind of like an idol, and so naturally when I had the opportunity, putting a K20 in it was certainly the option to go for. So while doing the K swap, I didn't just want to do a K swap, I wanted to do something else. And for me, I didn't want to go a charged route. I didn't want a supercharger, I didn't want a turbocharger. Mostly probably because of reliability issues, possibly with the engine or transmission. But for me as well, is these cars should be NA. That is the beauty of them, the high revving, the noise that comes out of the engine. So for me, the ITBs was then a fantastic option to give me increased performance, but keeping it NA. So I went for throttle bodies for obvious reasons, just with the additional throttle response and future-proofing myself if I want to do any internal work, because at the minute it's a stock DC5 engine, so it's running at 248 horsepower with 182 foot-pounds. So still not bad from a stock motor, considering it's only the throttle bodies, and it's 4 tri-Y header and into a 3-inch custom-made exhaust. So of course, when the bay was getting done, I swapped out the subframe for a DC2 one, so I could move the engine back using EK9 mounts. And when that was there, the subframe was then powder coated, all the arms were done, new bolts, new fixings, and that's all what makes the difference, you know, because the problem is, of course, when the bay's done like it is, you can see everything, and I can see everything, and then I'm over critical of every little aspect, and it has to kind of be right. I've had the car for 12 years this year. As I'm sure you can appreciate, it takes a while to do a proper build on a car. I haven't got all the money in the world, just throw out a car and one season it's stock, the next season it's just done. And I'll be honest, that's not even the fun of it. The fun is growing a car with you. And I see that with other vehicles, certainly in the UK kind of scene, that it's people that have had them for a long time, and then they're really incredible machines. And this one has grown with me. It takes ages to just pick the right part, not rush into it. Every component I've looked up, researched, and thought about, and there's a reason why I've done it. There's a reason why I've picked that component over something else. I haven't done it just on a whim or followed someone else. It's for me. And it's the small attention to details which make a big difference. And that's what I try and pride myself on. The small little bits, it's the finesse of it, it's the little components that some people might not even notice, but I know, and I'm kind of proud that they're there, and it's almost like the little Easter egg hidden away. And anyone who thinks that they can build a car over a year or two and then just get bored and think, oh, it's not very good, don't, just stick with it, grow it, keep working at it, and that's what will then make something better in the long run, something you can be really proud of.